and thank you for joining in to Overcomer with Sabrina. I'm your host, Sabrina Moore, and I am super excited to have you back for the third podcast episode, but my first episode that's going to be posted on YouTube. So with the new year coming in, this is something I really wanted to reflect and look at, talk about, and share with you guys. A review of my goals that I set over a year ago for 2023, which ones I accomplished, how I accomplished them and stayed on track throughout the year, and also the goals I didn't accomplish, my failure, why I didn't accomplish that, and the steps I'm going to take from the things that I learned last year, how I'm applying them this year to make sure that I stick to my goals and do even better. So let's get into it. First off, these planners from Day Planner, or Day Designer, Day Designer are the best planners I've ever had. I had this one last year. I used it through the entire year, and I bought myself a new one for the 2024 year. And the thing that I love about them so much is in the beginning of it, this is great for setting your goals. It has I have another book underneath. Start with the big picture, and then it has set your goals, and on the next page it has a spot for you to set out your morning routine, your evening routine, staying on course, and then it gets into the month, and you can write in important dates, things you need to remember. And this is how the days look. So there's blank check boxes for you to write down all the things that you need to do. I love this planner. It's my favorite one. Anyways, getting into the goals that I set for myself over a year ago. Number one, starting with the big picture. And what I did for this, I wrote out a couple of paragraphs about me, how I envisioned my high self, my best self, the self that's discipline, that's motivated all the time, which is, this can be a little unrealistic, but how do you picture yourself? Who do you want to be? Your high self that you picture, that's doing all the things, that's hardworking, that's checking the list off, that's getting the goals done, that has their finances in order, that's doing what they want to do in their career, in their families, at home, has healthy relationships, is a present parent. Who is that person? How do you picture them? And then take it to pen and paper. This helped me so much when I set this in December of 2022. I just wrote out, I said, Sabrina is, and I just wrote a couple of paragraphs. What do I do daily? What time do I get up? How is my personality, my character, my mindset? Who am I to the core? And I just reflected on that throughout the year, and that really helped me. Something about just taking your ideas to pen and paper really helps set things in motion and gets you thinking about it on a deeper level. It's kind of like you're starting to act on it. It really does something for me. This helped me a ton. So setting out my goals, the planner already has 5 areas for you. Number one, it has personal goals, family, friends, and relationship goals, heart and spiritual goals, financial goals, and then work, career, or study goals. And I used that and I wrote in things for each one. So first off, personal goals was about me trying to heal my hormones. I was having some issues there. I wanted to really zone in on eating supplements and things that I needed to get myself healthy and feeling better. I also wanted to stick to a workout routine. I wanted to start going to the gym more and doing better, which 2022 I did really well going to the gym. I lost weight, was super proud of myself. But I wanted to lose a certain amount of pounds, and I wanted to do a photo shoot at the end, and I had a month in here that I wanted to do that. And that is a goal that I did not accomplish. I did accomplish healing my hormones, making my cycle better. I accomplished meal prepping and sticking to meal prepping throughout most all the year. There was probably a few weeks where maybe we didn't meal prep as much as we wanted to, but I did meal prep pretty much weekly. We had food and leftovers. I really nailed that one in 2023. For my family, friends, and relationship goals, I was really praying and seeking the Lord to grow my relationship with Him, but grow my relationship with my family and my loved ones. And it was my husband and I's first year of marriage, and I wanted to make sure that we had a great first year, that we built those team building skills and bonds and things that we needed, because everybody talks about the first year of marriage. We can get into relationship stuff later if anybody would like me to, but I'm really happy with my accomplishments there and the friendships that I grew last year, and thankful for the lessons learned and the people that I have in my corner now that I know are my people. So heart and spiritual goals, I had things there that I wanted to do with my Bible study in my walk with the Lord, and I am proud of my accomplishments there, for the Bible study that I joined, for the ladies that are in my life that help hold me accountable, that I can talk to about things weekly. So that was a win. Financial goals, I had some things I wanted to pay off, and I had a budget that I wanted to stick to budgeting better than I have before, especially with more income coming in now. You know, when you get into making more money, if you don't adjust that, then you're going to start spending more money. So that's something I wanted to work on. And I'm still working on this goal in 2024. I did pay some things off that I wanted to pay off. I still have 2 things left that I have not finished yet. But my biggest one I did accomplish. But so this year I'm taking that even further with a budget, sticking to my finance goals, and I have a big plan for this year. I'm really excited about it, but I wrote it down in extreme detail. I'm going to talk to y'all about that in a bit. So the last goal, number 5, or category, was work, career, and study goals. And I wanted to put my work, you know, as a priority, because it is a priority, not above my family and everything, but really close because it provides for my family. So I was still working on my bachelor's degree coming in 2023. I was in my last spring semester, and then I was going to have to take summer classes and be done in the summertime. That was the deadline that I had to have it done by for the job that I was going for. And praise the Lord, with a lot of blood, sweat, and tears, accomplished it. I finished my bachelor's degree. That has been, if anybody knows me, that has been a top priority for me the past 3 years. I took 3 years getting my bachelor's degree because I worked full time, and I always had a second job pretty much the whole time doing this. So that's done. Check box. We did it. So there is an extra goal that I had, was for horses. So my goal was to keep my horses in good shape, get them their supplements that they need to keep them on a good farrier routine, which I always do, keep them on a good worm-in rotation, the things that they need. I have 3 horses that have to have daily supplementation. Each of them have something different that they need that for. So I really stayed on top of that, did research for each horse and what can make them better. And I have really nailed their nutrition, their supplement lineup, their workouts routines. And in winter, January, I am very happy with where my horses are. Even my senior horse, my hard keeper, looks the best she ever has in the wintertime. So I'm really proud of my work that I did there. I also wanted to win first place at a pleasure show. I started showing in the Ranch Pleasure back in January of 23 was my first show. So last year was my first year competing in something completely different besides speed events. And we did that. I wanted to go to the state show, and I wanted to place at the state show. And we did all of those things. So I checked off pretty much all of my horse goals, my relationship goals, spiritual goals, and the ones that I didn't fully accomplish was my finance and my health goals. I accomplished some of them, but not all of them 100%. So here is why I think that I accomplished some goals and why I didn't. So for example, with my horse goals, I wrote out a very detailed goal. It was very specific, it was measurable, it was attainable, it was something I could do. So I wrote out the dates of my shows, how many days a week I was going to ride, for how long I was going to ride. I downloaded an app that tracks each ride. I can change each horse when I go in there. I can start the ride. I can add notes of what we worked on, how well it was, what we need to do better on next time, and really, really worked on evaluating myself as a rider. Most horse problems aren't horse problems. They're people problems. They're rider errors, and there's something that we need to work on as horsemen and women to make our horses better and to communicate better. Every horse is different. They all don't communicate the same way, and you have to figure out what works for your horse. So if you've been doing something over and over and over and it's not working, then you need to reel it back in, figure out why it's not working, and try some new things to get a better result, because obviously what you're doing isn't working. So that is something I really worked on this past year in riding with a trainer friend of mine who has helped me a ton and coached me, and I am so proud of where I'm at today and can't wait to keep working on that and making it better. But I really wrote out a detailed routine of what I was going to do daily, that I was going to track it daily. I did tons of research constantly throughout the week on horse nutrition, horse care, watching videos of people riding in this new discipline that I was now in, and trying to mimic that, copy that, make myself better, and just learning something completely new. Like, I was so uncomfortable and terrified at my first show, like my nerves were everywhere, but I made it through it. And by the end of 2023, our previous show, the nerves were not nearly as strong. There was just some nerves of excitement. Man, I can't wait to enjoy the show, but I really felt comfortable. Like, I've learned a lot. I know what I'm doing to an extent to accomplish what I need to do in these classes. So with my health and wellness goal that I did not accomplish, I did not write out as detailed a plan. I said that I wanted to lose so many pounds, and that I wanted to go to the gym so many days a week, and I wanted to do it by a certain time, which is specific and it is measurable and it would have been attainable. But I didn't go into depth with this, and I didn't keep revisiting this goal as I did the goals that I accomplished. So with that being said, that means I need to take this more seriously. It needs to be more of a priority for me, and I need to write out a more detailed plan, which I have done. I started in December. I've changed a lot of things, and I've been sticking to it. And I'm revisiting these goals daily. I got an app. I'm tracking in there every day my workouts, my nutrition, my supplements I'm taking for myself, and I'm doing research weekly. And if you're not revisiting, or for me, if I'm not going and revisiting this goal continuously throughout the week and staying on track, looking at it, and if I'm not tracking it and seeing that I'm making progress, it's not going to stay top priority for me. So I have designed my days out for myself just like I did for my horses last year. And I am really, really excited to see how that helps me. I know it's going to help me this year. It helped me last year with the goals that I accomplished. So the ones that I did not fully accomplish, I'm implementing those things into that, as well as the new goals that I have for this year. And I am confident that I'm going to come out with a way better outcome by the end of this year than I did even the year before. And just because we fail and we don't accomplish a goal, that doesn't mean that, we can't accomplish it or we just quit. Take a step back and reflect. What didn't work? What did work? Why didn't I accomplish it? Look at the failure as a win. Because even though I failed a couple of things, look at what I've learned from that. I learned what doesn't work for me, what's not going to get me to the goal. Now I see what does work, and that I have to implement those things into the areas that I didn't do so well in. So I hope that you learned something from this. I hope that you sit down, get you some pen and paper, Write out these goals, make it really specific, make it measurable, put a time frame on it. Even if you don't make that time frame, you will be closer to that goal by the time you get there than you certainly are now. We're a work in progress, so take your failures as a win. What do I need to do better to get me there? And I am positive if you do that, you will really start accomplishing a lot more, checking those goals off, and being a lot more successful. But most importantly, you're going to be proud of yourself. You're going to have this confidence start coming up. Your self-esteem is going to be boosted, and you're just going to be overall a happier person because you're truly working on yourself. We can't just live this life day in and day out, letting whatever happens get thrown at us, tossed back and forth, and just living in chaos. We have to take control and manage our time wisely and manage our lives, because if we don't, it's going to manage us. So I hope you learned something here. I hope that maybe I encouraged you, and until next time, let's sit down, let's write these things out, let's start crushing it now. Let's keep tracking it weekly, daily, monthly, quarterly, and then by the end of 2024, I cannot wait to see where we're all at and how much we've accomplished this year.